2, Chuffy 1 2. What 1 2, Chuffy 1 2. This is the little thumbnail thing we do to get you encouraged into the video. Look, I wave my hand like, come on. And I do hey you on the screen, hey you, and if you hover over that on your phone, that's attracted your attention. If it's attracted your attention and you're watching this, then come on, give me a break. Hey, I've done that. I'm doing that. I'm clicking it. So you watch it, you. So now you have to. It's like a little, give me a little, throw me a bone. You can tip me at coffee.com/Ganji if you fancy. If you like what's about to go on. What's about to go on? I don't know what's about to go on. What's about to go on? Just nice relaxing in the background. 3 hours of royalty-free meditation music there, courtesy of Chris Collins. Quite liking his meditation music in the background. I hope he doesn't mind. It says royalty-free, so that's not what we're doing. We're doing how to survive out of falling out of a chuffing plane. What? Let's get rid of that hey you. That can go. How to survive. This is a YouTube channel called How to Survive. Million subscribers. I've only got what for you? I need more subscribers. So we're going to do this. It's going to be really straightforward. Now listen, I've got to do some chuffing before we start, haven't I? Let me just check I can hear me and you can hear me. 1 2 chuff. Oh, I can hear me slurping my tea there. It's going to be really straightforward. Right, so big face for a quick second. Been away for about a week, a little bit. It's not been major. It's just not been feeling it. So been away for a little bit. We're not here to talk about me. That's not content. I'm wearing my grave kipper coat. Look, I'm wearing my grave keeper coat. It's got toothpaste down it. It's got all sorts down it. Whatever. It's my grave keeper coat, isn't it? I'm wearing that. Wearing my grave keeper coat. It's hot outside. The sun's out today. By rights, everyone in England should be out in the sunshine. I'm going to bang out an hour. I'm going to walk the dog down to the allotment. Potentially. I'm going to do that. So the sunshine is affecting the colour of the background in a certain area. So it's not all. I'm just doing the little notifications, just telling you, and then we'll get on with what it's like to fall out of a plane. 6 million ways to die, so I chose 6,000,001 ways with my eyes closed. So the chroma key, look, it's got a nice, in the room it doesn't look like that. It's got a nice graduation to it, hasn't it? But it means the, okay. So that's the chroma key. That's why that's happening. Web browsing. We're falling out of a plane. I'm not going to do hours and hours. I'm just going to bang this out. Let's see what happens. 6 million ways to die. I may be doing that. I said I was going to do the trends. I didn't feel good about the trends. Didn't feel good about doing that. So we're going to try doing ways to die. There's like a bit of consistent theme for a bit of content. We'll see. Ways to die. 6 million ways to die. This is way number 1. How to survive falling out with or we're going to try not to die. Let's see what they say. Straight in with the music, aren't they? I don't have the music turned down. I mean, I don't know how loud that was. Loud, wasn't it? Loud. Them and their music. I can't help it. There you go. Whee! I mean, chuff it out.
More than 3.5 kilometers above the Earth.
Right, okay. You're more than 3.5. This is the setup. Now, for a start, you ain't getting me 3.5 kilometers above the Earth in one of those little things. You ain't getting me. No. That's your mistake in the first place. Big normal. We'll talk about how to survive a plane crash maybe on another episode. But this one, first of all, you've got to get me up in that. So that's a no.
Then there's no turning back now.
No turning back now. You got your harness around your jocks and you're ready to pop your clogs.
But as you jump out of the plane and see how beautiful the Earth looks below you,
you don't need to jump out of the plane for that. You can just poke your head, just have a little peek out.
You start to think this might not be so bad.
Oh yeah, might not be so bad. This might not. If you're thinking that, what chuffing, eh? If you thought it was going to be bad, what are you doing up there? It's only when you jump out that you realise it might not be so bad. No, that's the bit where you think it is bad. That's the worst bit, where this really is happening.
Pull the cord to open your parachute.
That sounds good.
And your worst fears come
No, I'll tell you what. We do Mental Health Monday, every Monday, 8 PM GMT on Twitch, Ganji Kid. But I didn't do it this Monday because I wasn't feeling it. Anyway, look, the thing about this is it makes me feel a bit on edge. It's a nice day outside. It's a nice sunny day. But this makes me feel on edge. Just the concept. So if you're feeling a bit on edge, it's okay to feel those vibes. It's okay to let them dissipate. Maybe that's what you're going to have to do. Maybe that's the first tip, Scotty's top tips, is just stay chuffing calm. Don't panic. That's the main one in all these situations, isn't it? Don't panic. Although, you're probably allowed a little bit of a panic, aren't you?
There's no parachute coming out.
Oh, God.
Now you're plummeting towards the ground at about 200 kilometers per hour.
125 miles an hour in terms that everyone else understands. 125 miles an hour. You're plummeting towards the earth. It's nice to think about this because after you've thought about it, you can sit down and think, oh, thank God it's not actually happening. I'm plummeting towards the earth at 125 miles an hour. 125 miles an hour is fast. Fast. I'm going fast. That's what it means. Fast. Well fast, in fact. I haven't got much time to think about this. Maybe we should watch this first so you get some tips.
You've only got a minute before you
only
hit
got
the
a
ground.
minute.
Is there anything you can do to save?
Okay, I've only got a minute. I'm going to hit the ground in a minute. 60 seconds. Where's my big face? So I'm wearing my coat. My first one is going to be to try and do that. Try and open out the coat like that. Try and get myself a bit of a wingsuit thing on the go. Don't know if that's going. I'm going to get my jumper. Try and get some air up in the jumper. Try and get all of my clothing out as wide as possible to widen me, myself. Try and get some wings going. I don't know, maybe I have to slow my descent in some way, don't I? Because 125 miles an hour, it doesn't matter what I hit. I could be falling into marshmallows for all I care. 125 miles an hour, my face is going to be marshmallow toffee, mate. Isn't it? 125 miles an hour, I don't know about that, so I'm going to try and spread myself out. I'm going to try and land on something soft. That's my only other option, isn't it? I haven't got many options. I'm falling at 125 miles an hour. Lovely sunny day outside in the UK. Lovely sunny day. I'm just the grave kipper. 125 miles an hour falling toward the ground. What are you going to do? If you've got any ideas, if you've got any thoughts, pop them in the comments. You've got less than a minute.
Save yourself? Here's how to survive a fall without a parachute.
They've got it. That's their channel. I'm just doing the react. That is a parachute. Chuff off.
Life depends on a parachute. There's a 1 in 1,000 chance that it won't work.
Jesus, 1 in 1,000. 1 in 1,000. Are you sure about that? 1 in 1,000. That's 1 in every 1,000. That's not very good odds, is it? The parachute, because that's the main thing that keeps you. If it didn't work, the parachute, you're dead. So, like, if you said to people, like, 1 in 1,000 of these taxis you get in, they right off the cliff. Like, 1 in 1,000. I'm not getting a taxi. Are you mad? 1 in 1,000. So you're dead 1 in 1,000 times. How to survive falling without a parachute, this is called. So maybe you're not dead, but 1 in 1,000. I suppose if it doesn't go off completely, you might still try and get it out of the bag or what have you. If the pull cord doesn't go, maybe you could still try and unzip something or, get something out. Get the little bit that goes out with it, get that going, get something. 1 in 1,000. 1 in 1,000 people die. I suppose you've got a backup parachute, haven't you? You must have 2. Does everyone jump with 2 parachutes? They must do, mustn't they? Because if it's 1 in 1,000 and you don't have 2, then 1 in 1,000 people is going to die. So they must have 2. So you've got a backup parachute. That's 1 in 1,000 times 1 in 1,000. So that's 1,000. That's 1,000,000. So 1 in 1,000,000. 1 in 1,000. That's like going off quite common. They're pulling the parachute and it's not opening up. 1 in 1,000. Like if you're really into parachute jumping, let's say you're really into it and you get to go every weekend, maybe. That's 52 times a year, isn't it? Do you get to more than 1 jump? You have to go up in the plane, jump, and go all the way back up in the plane. You probably only get 1 jump a day. I don't know yet. I'm not an expert. So you probably get away with a year, 50 parachute jumps in a year. Maybe you do 2 years. It's 100. You're 1/10 of the way. So you'd have to do 20 years of parachute jumping to have a failure. Statistically, within 20 years, you get a failure. So you're not going to live 200 years, are you? But the more parachutes you jump, might get these failures. You might get these failures. Like pretty much if you into parachute jump, you do it all your life. You consistent, regular parachute jump. You're going to have a parachute fail on you, and then the second one, your backup, 1 in 1,000,000. That doesn't go off either. Oh my God.
But a malfunctioning parachute isn't necessarily a death sentence.
No?
According to skydiving experts, the secret to surviving is all about how you react.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Like, because I'm a reacting YouTubing right now, aren't I? I'm YouTubing and reacting. It's all about reacting. Like, what it's about, right? It's about luck, isn't it? It's about luck. It's not about how you react, is it? Like, because you react all the same. Doesn't matter. You're falling out the sky. Where you land, how you land, what you land on, big stuffed marshmallows, solid rock hard pavement. That's the difference. It's not the people that landed well, didn't die, they're going to say, oh wow, I reacted really well. It was down to my reactions. I reacted like a pro. The people that die, they probably reacted just the same, just as professionally, what have you, but they couldn't tell you. You couldn't ask them. Did you panic? Is that why you hit the pavement, you chuffer? No, I'm not having that. It's luck, not judgment.
When the parachute fails.
When. See, they said when the parachute fails, not if. When.
How should you position your body?
Back in the aeroplane for a start. That's how you should. Don't jump out of that aeroplane. Position it inside the aeroplane for a start. That's tip number 1. Scott's top tip. Hi, you're with Scott. I'm Ganji Kid. I'm Gravekipper. This is my stream. It's midnight. It's always midnight. This is your right ear. Well, it's not. It's been over to the left for a while, actually. Look. This is your right ear. This is your left ear. And this is in the middle now, where it should have been, you chuffer.
Is there anything you could do to slow your fall?
No. Is there anything you can do? No. You're falling at terminal velocity, 125 miles an hour. You're up in the sky. You've got your parachutes knackered. Get that parachute out of that bag. That's what I'm telling you to do. I'm telling you. I don't know what they're about to say, but I'm telling you, get that chuffer out. It's in there. It's just not come out properly. Get that chuffer out. That's the best chance. It's got to be your best chance, hasn't it? 1 in 1,000 it hasn't gone off properly, but get that out, get it unfurled, get your arms tied up in it in some way. Might rip your arm out the socket as you go down, but at the end of it, you're going down slow. Yes, slow your ascent. That's the thing, isn't it? That's what they're on about, slow your ascent. And like I said earlier, get your clothes out. Get your clothes out if you can. I don't know if unzipping my suit is going to help. Maybe everything will just fly off and I'm naked and falling. Maybe that's worse, but I'd have to try it. I'd have to try making some sort of sail from my clothing.
And why?
Parachute, not a sail. A sail takes you faster, doesn't it? A parachute, slow you down.
Could landing on a roof
Are you mad? Land on a roof rather than water?
be better than landing in a big body of water?
Now, instinctively, I'd going to aim for the water. I know that you're not, it's going to be like concrete when you hit it from a great height, isn't it? But I've also got this feeling that I'm such a pro diver that I'd be able to in the water. Now, divers dive from up high, not terminal velocity, not 100,000 feet, but like divers dive, don't they? I think the water might be a good idea. At least you might be able to skim across the top like a stone. Maybe you could angle your descent. Maybe you could angle your descent and skim across, like taking out the energy of your descent that way, skimming across like a stone. Splush. That sounds nice. The roof, look at the chimney. If you hit that chimney, that's you. If you hit that, this one's done. You can tell they're on a parachute. They're not even really falling out of the sky with no parachute. If you hit that chimney, you're done. They're on a parachute. Well, I suppose you could. You could slide down it, couldn't you? You could slide down that.
Slow your descent. Just like.
I mean, maybe if you hit slow your descent. Maybe if you hit the the arch of the roof at the right point, you could skid down it. No, not a terminal velocity.
In survival situations, the best thing to do is to slow everything down.
Yeah, that would be good. Slow down time so that when you hit, it's softer.
Slow down your breathing and
slow down your breathing. These are the last breaths you're ever going to get, so I wouldn't mind getting a few more. Don't hyperventilate. That's going to be bad.
Slow down your thoughts so you can focus.
Calm down.
And slow down the speed of your fall so you don't splatter on the ground.
Yeah, good top tip there.
To do that, you'll need to spread out your body into an X shape.
X-Man. So it's about your arms and legs like that, spreading out. Now I do know that in terms of force and pressure and stuff like that, if you were on, like, for example, ice and it was cracking, if you laid out like that, you're spreading the surface area of your body and the weight distribution is less per square inch or what have you. I don't know. It's probably the same per square inch, isn't it? Anyway, the weight is less per point. Hey, that's my watch going off. Here's what I found. You can shut up. Your weight distribution, yeah? That's going to be okay on ice if it's cracking. Spread out your weight, not on like one small point so you go through it. Not so good if you're about to hit the ground. Like being out like that, when you hit the ground like that, it's going to... I suppose your head's out of the way, isn't it? But it's going to hurt like chuff across the rest of you, isn't it?
Spread your arms and legs, point your chest towards the ground.
Your chest?
And arch your back and head upward. This will create more air resistance and slow your acceleration, giving you time to choose where to land.
There you go then. So now you're flying like a
Step 2,
spider.
avoid landing in water.
You've got to choose where to land.
Although
Avoid the water. Now, come on. Come on. Avoid the water. I know that from great distances it's going to seem like concrete. I know, I've heard that. He's got armbands on, look. He's not avoiding the water. He's got armbands on. He, she, they've got armbands on. Because I can't tell definitely that's a man. So I shouldn't just be automatically saying he, should I? That's the patriarchy slipping in. Yeah, a giant... I mean, if you're over the sea, you've got no choice, have you? You've got no choice. Many of these situations, you probably wouldn't have much choice as you're falling out the sky. Aim for something soft. And not the water, though.
Below you might look like a more appealing landing spot than the solid ground. It would probably be just as deadly.
Yeah, probably just as deadly. Maybe, yeah. But not certainly, I think. Because, no, if you hit the ground, very certainly deadly. Ground, solid, smash. Water, at least, look, there's some resistance there, isn't there? You're going into it.
Like concrete, water doesn't compress, so...
It doesn't compress. Okay, I get that. Like we're talking about, like, you know, a sponge compresses, like foam compresses, water doesn't, there's, the pressure doesn't, you know, I get that. But it kind of moves out the way a bit. A bit more than concrete. I think over the choice of concrete or water...
Landing in a lake would be just like landing on a sidewalk. Sure, you could position yourself to reduce the impact, but even then, you could still be knocked out cold. And being unconscious underwater does not help you survive.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. If you're underwater, you're going to drown if you don't, you know, completely survive the impact or knock yourself out, what have you. Yeah, that's a good point, isn't it? That's a good point. So maybe we're not aiming at the water.
Direct yourself to a better landing spot.
That's the same one as the first. Choose your landing spot and direct yourself to a better landing spot. That's the same. Chuffing idiot.
To move sideways through the air, away from the water and towards a safer target, you'll need to use a skydiving technique called...
You'll need to use a skydiving technique called fucking shitting it, mate. Sorry for the swearing. Absolutely shitting it. Called shitting it. Because you'll be flying through the air and you'll think, I don't want to land there. Now you know the water's deadly. Oh no. And then over there is the not water. That's also deadly. Just absolute shit. What kind of technique are you going to... Now you know to pull yourself together. Don't you know? Scotty Hotty's taught you. Pull yourself together here. Right? Oh look. Chat. I forgot to pop out chat. I'm an idiot. I'm not really... My brain's not really with it today. Sorry. Hello, Snippies. Hello. All your limbs are broken, you won't be swimming. Right, yeah. I suppose you won't be swimming, will you? Yeah, you might be able to float. Float. Yeah, we are hoping to go to the allotment, take the doggy for a little bit of the allotment today, a little bit. I don't know how I feel. It's not this stream is not about how me and how I feel. This stream is about getting a short burst of interesting content. And this is the content, look. Tracking. Now you're learning. Now you're going to learn.
Tracking. Bring your arms and legs in against your body to steer it as you fall. Your 3 best options for landing spots?
Wait, it's too much information all at once now. These are the main points. Bring your arms and legs in, they said, to steer. Didn't they? You just said that. Bring your arms and legs in to steer. Now, just a minute ago, they said bringing your arms and legs out slows you down. So am I to assume that bringing your arms and legs in to steer is going to speed you up, isn't it? You're already going at terminal velocity. How can you get any faster? I don't know. But apparently, we're gonna start. Tip 1, stick your arms and legs out. Tip 2, bring them in. So, don't know about this. Bit worried that the steering technique is going to get me killed even faster. A swamp.
Would be a swamp
Swamp.
Snow.
Snow.
Or trees.
Or trees. Come off it. Come off it. Swamp. I get you. You're talking soft. Soft. But again, what you just said, you're going to break your arms and legs. You're going to drown, aren't you? Still. Because even you can still drown in a puddle. If you can't get your face out of it, you're still going to drown. If you're buried waist deep, head first in that, still drown in that. Snow is a bit more obvious. I mean, if you're going over snow, it's snow, isn't it? So aim for the snow. I mean, obvious snow, isn't it? Although there's loads of rocks under the snow. I don't know. It's not really a choice, this is. Swamp, snow. It's not like... They're not in the same place. So you're either falling over one or t'other. You don't have the choice. So you just have to just... like wherever you fall is where you're falling, isn't it? And if you're lucky, it's snow. And if you're not lucky, it's trees. I mean, trees are supposed to be good, he says. They can't be good. Look at them spiking up at you. They look all soft, don't they? All soft, like little broccolis. They're not. They're all rock hard sticks. Wood hard. Not rock hard. Wood hard.
Because they would all extend your deceleration time and help you slow down.
They would. That's true. The trees would help slow you down briefly as they skewer you like a human kebab. And then as you... not a human kebab, more like a pin cushion. And then as you hit the ground, all these sticks and skewers are going to like make it even worse. And then... like you're still going to hit at a very... when you hit them, you're hitting them at terminal velocity. So, don't know about the trees. The snow. If you're in the snow, you're all right. Again, though, freezing to death at the end.
For instance, if you were to land
There's
on
Superman.
solid ground, your body
Fall through the stock footage now, and now we're on to Superman.
would decelerate from its falling speed of 200 kilometers per hour to 0 kilometers per hour in half a second.
That's physics. Top tip there. Your body would deaccelerate to 0 in half a second. I get that. I think we all understand that. That's the problem. See, it's not the heights that kill you, it's the landings.
Hitting you with enough G-force to kill you
You're
instantly.
probably drowning in your own blood. See, this is cheerful. This is what I mean. Gravekipper, this is what I'm talking about.
Cushioning, you could extend
Oh, that's what you need, look. Great big
by a
net.
couple of seconds, which would significantly reduce the G-force and give you a better chance of surviving.
So that doesn't look good, falling in the trees. That looks really dangerous to me. The great big net looks really soft. So maybe if you're lucky, you could find some sort of great big net or something like that floating around near the... I don't know.
If you can't see a swamp, snow...
Okay, if you're in this position, you're really chuffed, aren't you? Because they said not the water. They said not the water, but it's quite a lot of water. So now what you're aiming for, the landing strip. The concrete landing strip, or maybe the... I mean, I can't see anywhere good there. There's no trees. Maybe the soft fields at the end. Ooh, doesn't look good to me.
or trees anywhere nearby, then your next best option would be to look for something big to break your fall. Like a rooftop.
A rooftop. Or, yeah, come on. Maybe aim for a building to break... or a bus. Aim for... If you're good at this, you can aim for something smaller, like a bus.
Or a bus.
That doesn't look... They didn't look like they survived that, and that was only the movies.
Not very strong, so when you hit them, they'll break and absorb some of the energy.
In the movies, that doesn't... That's dead, that is.
Of your fall. Step 4, land on your feet.
Step 4, right, so what we've got so far is slow yourself down, find somewhere soft and land on your feet. Didn't you know that, you idiot? Can't you figure that out? Now you've sorted it, land on your feet. Now you're going to survive. Because like a cat, you'll land on your feet like Superman and you'll be alright. You'd want to say, no, everyone wants to survive. You have to 6 million ways to die. You don't have to. The other option here is, now you're learning this. The other option is ignore these rules and just go headlong into something dangerous.
So now it's the moment of truth.
Moment of truth. Here we go.
Target landing spot.
Somewhere soft.
Now you're going to hit it.
Gonna hit it.
The best way to do this would be to point your toes.
Now wait, because we've already been told we've got arms out, haven't we? We've already got arms out. They've said arms out. Now they're saying something else. So now you've got arms out. You've got to remember to steer yourself with your arms in. And when you get there, you're like one of these Elon Musk rockets landing on their feet. It's not that easy, mate. You're falling out the sky. It all happens very quickly, more quickly than you'd imagine, I imagine. I have to imagine, because,
Toward the ground and land on the balls of your feet. I know what you're thinking.
Jump. As you hit, jump. And that'll reduce, you'll like offset the force, won't it? Jump as you hit.
That sounds painful. And
it is painful.
right, it will be.
Yes.
But the idea is that your body will have more time to slow down if you land feet first.
Yeah, like fractions of seconds. I'm going to say fractions. That's the amount of time it takes to fracture these bones, I imagine.
The long bones in your legs will absorb a large amount of the impact energy before they fracture. Essentially,
that's not good.
You'll be sacrificing your legs to protect the rest of your body.
Land on the hospital roof. Yeah, but what would happen if you went through it? Because I think I've worked on some roofs. They are probably not as I don't know, strong to survive. They're not designed to survive impact. They're designed to keep the water off and stuff. So like you hit that roof and you go through it. Oh dear. I don't know. Maybe you'd still get seen too quickly at the hospital, or maybe you'd cause more trouble for the people that are in the hospital.
Step
Still
5,
dead.
Cover your head.
Cover your head.
Just before landing, put your head down with the fingers of each hand locked together behind it.
Brace position.
And point your elbows in front of your face to protect your head and neck from impact.
I get that actually. That's a good. That's not too bad, in it. Like your elbows in front. I get that. That's a good call, isn't it? So you're gonna try. You're attempting now as you fall out of the sky to land on your. This might not be that good. You're gonna land on your feet. Hang on. I don't know if this is going to be that good or not. You're going to land on your feet, right? And you have your hands up like this. So you're going to go oosh like that as you go down, and your head's going to smash. But it's not your head. It's your hands, and you locked your hands behind your head. It's your elbows. My elbows. So I broke both my legs. I'm about to break both my arms. They said that if you land in the water and you broke your arms, you'd be chuffed. I don't think you've got long to survive if you do that. Either way, call first. See if they on the phone. I'm about to enter the emergency room in T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Here I am. Well, I tried to aim for the emergency room. I aimed for the big H on top, the hospital helipad. Big H on top with a little net. They should have a net, catching net, shouldn't they? A catching net in case you're coming in hot. But yeah, so we're going to try and break our legs and our arms in service of saving our brain, which is a good idea. I get it, safe, but I do worry that I'm going to land on my legs, snap, and then smash my head into the floor, still achieving the thing that I didn't want. I don't know about this.
Reason why people
They've totally run out of stock footage now. Look, what's going on here?
From falling off tall buildings and bridges is severe head trauma.
Yeah, what a surprise. The reason you die is because you smashed to bits. Yeah.
Even if you do everything else right, if you end up
that's me. Look. See how he's not coming down on his head with he's skimming in, he, she, they, skimming in. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they told me stay away from the water, right? Now bear in mind, this will only happen to you 1 in a million times. So you only get one in a million chances to do this. And if it goes wrong, you're not going to complain, Scott told me to do this and it went wrong. No one's going to know. So Scott's top tip is skim into the water. Get that, use your velocity in your favour. Use your velocity in your favour. Use that steering technique, and then I'm flying, but I'm going to fly in at an angle towards the water. Yeah, I'm going to then at the very last minute, I'm going to slow myself down with everything I've got. I'm not going to use the slowing early on. Maybe I will. I haven't got time to think about it. But at the very last minute, I'm going to try and reduce my velocity just a little bit. Hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully that'll work. And then as I hit, I'm skimming. That's what I'm doing, skimming. Maybe on my stomach on the water. When I rip all the skin off on my face. Maybe you want to skim on your side, shoulders. I don't know. I want to skim on that water. I want my energy to be dissipated by the along the surface of the water, not by smashing my body to bits. That's what I want to do. I wonder if that's achievable. I wonder how achievable that is.
When you land,
look,
you won't survive.
Oh, just run out of water.
Quickly, get into position.
Quickly, get into position. Oh, that's a good way to end the video, isn't it?
Are you still there?
Are you still there?
All right.
No.
Now, here.
No, most of us are not, are we? And if you are, you've had your legs broken. Just peel the skin off. Do you think you would? Just peel the skin off. I mean, I could put my face on like a potato. Yeah, I could put my face. See, we've got different tips now. We've got different tips. Protect your face. Like that. Might even have a helmet on if I was doing the jumping out of the plane. I don't know. Maybe the helmet's a big thing. Maybe you could have a special... So this is what goes on in my brain. Maybe you could have a special... We could make something, Dragon's Den, Shark Tank, you know, Dragon's Den, Shark Tank. We could make a device. If your parachute fails, don't worry, because you're wearing like a sort of like plastic sledge. Yeah? Like a big tray. Like a big plastic front piece that's designed to skim and take the impact as you hit the ground to slow you down on your face. Designed for it though. Big plastic piece. I mean, you look a bit funny with a big plastic piece. It's a safety device. Why wouldn't you have it? You're falling out the sky like that. It doesn't matter, does it? A big plastic piece. Or something like that. Maybe wheels. Like landing gear. Now I wonder, okay, this sounds completely mad, doesn't it? It sounds completely mad, but I wonder if you had like wheels, like rollerblades or whatever on your hands, your knees, and you were coming in hot, 120 miles an hour. I wonder whether you're not going to be able to just land. I know that. You're not going to be able to just land. But I wonder whether that... Because the problem is that you impact, and like they said, at 0 seconds you go from 125 to 0. And that dissipation of when you land in the nets, it goes slower before you hit the ground. You don't actually hit the ground. You know, you want to slow down that rate of energy, don't you? Like that energy. Whoosh. If you hit on the wheels, it might not, you know, you're not going to fly along like a fast car. I get it. You're probably just going to hit, skid, bounce, ruin yourself. But I wonder if that first initial, like 2-3 seconds of velocity, you know, through the wheels, I wonder if that can slow it enough to just, you know, stop you from dying. This is supposed to be 6 million ways to die, not 6 million ways to survive. They did 6 million ways to survive. They've done ways to survive. I'm doing, don't worry about it, mate. Better off smoke them while you got them. You can't even smoke them. You can't even smoke them. You're falling out the sky. You can't even smoke them while you got them. You're falling out. It's gone. Oh no. You can't even smoke them. Smoke them if you got them. That's what they say in the old army, isn't it? In the old army. Smoke them if you got them. I mean, if you've still got cigarettes, it's time to smoke them because, you know, chances are you won't have another chance. Nice and morbid. It's a sunny day outside. Nice and morbid here with the grave kipper.
Here comes the hard part. You need to figure out where you are and get help as soon as possible.
Yeah. Once you've landed on Scott's patented belly slide tray plastic hand wheel device, yeah. Once you've landed on your tummy with your wheel hands, Edward wheel hands, then you've got to figure out where you are. That shouldn't be hard. You just had a good view of the place from the sky. That shouldn't be hard. You've just been up in the sky. Had a good view of the place. Didn't tell us that earlier in the video, did you? Step 1, make sure to take a good view of the place because you're going to be landing and you need to know where you are. Take a note of all the major A roads. Try and land near one. Is that a Little Chef? You don't have a Little Chef in America, do you? Is that a Wendy's? Is that a Wendy's? Try and land near the Wendy's. It's a landmark. Easier to find you. If this was a problem as well, do you imagine if socially this was a problem that we actually, you know, had to solve? We'd have more nets around, wouldn't we? We'd have lots of nets around. Most buildings would be equipped with nets, just in case. Just in case. Maybe we should all put a few nets out, just in case. I know it's a 1 in a million, but you could help save someone's life. Maybe we should start a campaign for the. You don't want nets everywhere, do you? That'd be bad. All the birds would get caught in them. What am I talking about? So top tips, don't try and land in the sea. Don't try and land on the ground. Try and land in the swamp. This is what you want to take away from this. Land in the swamp. Yeah? How are you going to tell it's a swamp from up in the sky? No idea. No idea. Look at the wildlife. Look at the ecosystem. Look at the different kinds of wildlife. That's not going to help you. Try and land in the swamp. You can't smoke them. They've gone. Gone. Land in the swamp. Land on the snow. If you can see any snow. Only go skydiving in cold places. There's a top tip. There's a top tip. Then once you've landed, try and figure out where you are. So Scott's top tips is don't go up there for a number 1. That's my top tip. don't go up there. You now know the main thing to take from this is that 1 in 1,000 parachutes fail. And that's a high number, high failure rate. 1 in 1,000. Imagine if that was condoms. Probably is, isn't it? I don't know. Look, 1 in 1,000 fail. So you almost, in a 20-year career of persistent skydiving, you're guaranteeing yourself a fail. So it's your fault for a start. And then number 2, what are you doing up there? Number 2, here's another top tip. Here's another top tip. Scuba diving, no, not scuba. If they're flying through, if there's other people, grab hold of them, drag them down with you. If they've got a parachute and it goes off, drag them down with you. No, you can't. My parachute's not designed to carry 2 people. I can't hear you. We're going fast in the sky. Watch your head. You might want to get your tray out. Have you not got a tray? Get a tea tray. Get your tray out. Little wheels on your hands. You got your wheels for your hands? Yeah, I got my wheels, mate. All right, we're gonna aim for that. Is that a swamp? We're gonna aim for that swamp. You're not gonna aim for no swamp. You're gonna aim for nothing. I love it, man. You got a web. How to Survive. 1 million people, 11 million people have watched this. So I don't know. I'm not bringing the news to the masses, am I? They've probably already watched this. They probably already know how to survive. Top advice. 11 million people needed to know. It's all about how you react. So don't panic. I mean, you're panicking anyway. Before you get out of the plane, most people are panicking, aren't they? You're panicking anyway. And if you hit an alligator and you can surf it. If you hit an alligator, you can surf it. In fact, what am I saying? A tray? A surfing board? Wherefore art my surfing board? Bringest my surfing board. Bringest my surfing board. Bringest my surfing board. Got the Harry Potter wand there. That's not a Harry Potter wand. I don't like Harry Potter. Chuff Harry Potter. Chuff him. Just got a wand. It's a chopstick that I use for poking and pointing at things. Attach thy surfing board to thy footingtons. Approacheth the ocean. I mean, the surfers, they're all into that, aren't they? Extreme sporting. You don't want to slow down. You want a fast surfboard. Approacheth the wave. Right angle. You get your right angle. You fly along that chuffer. That's what you want to do. Yeah, aim for that gate. Surf down on a crocodile. There is someone who surfed on a crocodile. It's in my brain from a film. They're surfing in the sky on a crocodile. In my brain from a film. Put that in the chat if you know it. Put that in the comments. Who surfed in the sky on a crocodile in a film? But not that long. No, this is extreme surfing. This is extreme surfing. Sky surfing. You want to aim to hit at the horizon where it meets. At a nice sort of angle. And then you're alright. How to survive falling out the sky. Top tip though is don't be up in the sky for number 1. I suppose top tip number 2 is have 4 parachutes. That multiplies that chance out to like, I can't do the mathematics. It's billions. So more parachutes the better. Right, so you be good, my little podcast. I am now going to take a wander in the sunshine with the little doggy. This has been a short burst, little episode of content on the Ganji Kid stream on YouTube. I'm the Grave Kipper. You be good. And if you can't be good, then we're going parachuting. And I'm packing the parachutes.